Ghostly greetings. You were hollering at your boy Prue. I got a kitty in here. She's a cute little kitty. That might come into play. Oh, here she comes. Can I get a picture with you? We're not going to get Sora Bear in the picture long. She doesn't like cuddling. But we love her. She's a good kitty. Now, I'm doing a 10-book haul. I got all these today from the library. Real quick, I want to get right into it. I've tried to fill this twice before. Once the cat knocked over the video camera, and the other time I talked about a book I'm kind of skeptical about talking about, so I just want to get it out of the way first. And I'm sorry if this hurts anyone's feelings. Please don't unsubscribe because I bought this. I bought Lolita. It was on sale for literally dirt cheap, less than $1. I have a whole bookshelf of classics. I didn't own this. I was like, man, I don't own it. I better buy it. Just that, I'm probably not going to read it. My TBR is insane. Half of this shit isn't going to get read anytime soon. My TBR is just massive. But Lolita, you know what it's about. If you do, if you don't look it up. That's a little trigger warning right there. But, okay, now let's get on to the fun books. Let's get on to the fun books. That was a negative. That's bad stuff. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Sharknado. How to Survive a Sharknado Survival Guide. I'm excited for this. Big movie, B-movie nerd like myself, loves the Sharknado franchise and any swag I can get. This is technically the How to Survive a Sharknado and Other Unnatural Disasters. And it's got stuff like a Fire-nado, attacked by a prehistoric cave bear, attacked by a redneck alligator. Now, I think this is basically an Asylum film survival guide because all these movies are in Asylum films or briefly mentioned upon. You know, Asylum is an amazing film company. So I was excited to get this. And also I got this. Now, I'm going to show you the cover because I think it's amazing. It's intestines. But the cover kind of fit. It's called the How to Survive a Horror Movie Guide. You know, it's got like your guide to where are you at? Are you the geek? Are you the jock? Are you the prep? You know, where you at in the horror movie, what actions you should take in each given scenario. I was excited to get it, but I'll be honest, I think I already own these. I can't be for certain. If I do, giveaways. If not, they're an amazing addition to my library. I'm happy to have them, especially you use Sharknado. This might be prominently displayed near the Sharknado poster my friend Trish got me. God bless you, Trish, for that. People don't understand how much I love that series. And the How to Survive a Horror Movie Guide, this is right up my alley. It's got some fun artwork, some cool quizzes. It's just a kind of a geeky thing. A bit of a shout out to my boys like Al and Timmy, Sprizia, all my horror movie nerds. Big shout out to y'all. This has additional study materials guide, and it's a list of horror movies and when they came out that I need to watch. Starting with 1979's Alien, and then working its way up to like 2000, whatever. And they have like completely terrible horror movies in essential horror movies, Leprechaun 2, House of the Dead, Fear.com, just some bad Razzle movies. And this seemed just like a love letter to the horror cinema. So I think you guys will get a kick out of this review. And I'll get a kick out of the moose. So this is awesome. Thank you guys so much. I spent way too much. This whole video is probably going to be that length. Just me talking about those two books. All right, next up, though, this was pretty cool. I found these all together. My last book haul video from like a month ago. I got Jabril the Dragon Tattoo with the movie tie-in edition. Now, that's an amazing cover, but I did find the original covers today. Look at this. This is an amazing cover set. They're all together. They're all a good bind-up. I really enjoy these. I couldn't be happier that they're out. I got all 3 of them. So that's cool. They're not going to get read anytime soon. I did, however, want to see what the writing was like. So I sat down for about 35, 40 minutes. Got about 100, 110 pages into this guy. You know, all that stuff. So that's really cool. I really like the writing. I think I can finish those. But none of these will be anytime soon. My TBR is just fucking insane. On the same vein as this, in a series way, my boy Brad, he mentioned a guilty pleasure read in one of his book tag things. Brad, I don't remember which video, but he said he guilty pleasures Dan Brown. He doesn't know why they get all the hate. So I bought Angels and Demons and Inferno. I don't own the Da Vinci Code, but these are the 2 they had. So I bought them. I think this one's first. So I'm going to, if I ever do read it, I'll read this one, see how it goes. And if it goes good, I'll just go find the Da Vinci Code. It's got to be super cheap. So, all right, we talked about Lolita. All right, a biography about Albert Einstein. I don't read enough nonfiction. I just don't. I don't have a lot of it. And I'm glad that I got a little bit more. I like Albert Einstein. I know who he is. It's short. I got pictures. It also talks about his involvement with, like, Max Talland and, you know, the way it benefited society and all that malarkey. You know, yeah, it's a biography about Albert Einstein. I thought that would be cool, and it looks short. Next up, I got Lee Child's The Killing Floor, book 1 of Jack Reacher. Like, Prue, didn't you have that? I did have this, but I gave all of my Lee Childs away to a buddy who fell into hard times because of the COVID virus. And I was like, man, I'm never going to read these. I got a lot of them. You just take them. Douglas Preston, Lee Child, you take them. No rush, no big deal. You can just have them. And then I saw this today, so I'm like, oh, cool. I'll pick up book 1. At least that way I have a starting point. So if we ever want to jump into a Jack Reacher read along, that's cool. However, big shout outs to, I don't know how to tell who published this. I think it's Yove. But they put right here, which is amazing, the first Jack Reacher novel. I hope the next one says the second, the third, the fourth, so I can quit trying to find it on Google. All right, my boy Travis recommended this as his favorite read of 1 year. Ken Follett's Pillars of the Earth. This is 1,000 fucking pages tome, basically. Apparently it's thick, it's long, it's hard. Shouldn't have said it like that. This is a thick, massive book. It's hard to read, old-timey. It's about a church being built or something. His praise for this is why I picked up. A lot of these were just based on other people's hearsay. So the book reviewer tag, when I said I get most of my stuff from YouTube, that's literally it. Every one of these books I have picked up because of YouTube. I mean, except for Albert Einstein and the Sharknado Survival Guide. Those are just, you know who Albert Einstein is. And Sharknado's amazing. All right, next up, the last one. This is the only one that fixed the October horror aesthetic. I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. I love the creepy cover, except for this, which isn't a sticker. Robert Neville. I have read this before. I think I've read this actually like 2 or 3 times. No movie has done this book justice. I'm sorry to say that. I really enjoy the books a lot more than the movies, which is generally the case, which is why I read more than I watch movies. But we're going on about 8 minutes, and that has been it. That has been a Sharknado Survival Guide, horror movie survival guide, Lolita, which we're not going to talk about, Albert Einstein, Jack Ketchum, Dan Brown, Stieg Larsson, and this was just an amazing haul. And this whole haul, for a grand total, was about $5. I'm a member to the library. I pay the yearly dues, and they have books for sale that people donate, and I buy them. Now, they're all a little damaged, they're all a little worn and torn, but I'm happy to give these books a good home in the Pruitt Library. The sad part is, book collecting is a lot easier than book reading, which expresses my insane 200 book TBR. It's insanely massive. I have books on here like Drizzt that have been on my TBR for years that just keep getting knocked down. Thank you to audio books in general, because I can read and get some done at work, and you're indeed helping me knock that TBR down. And honestly, a big shout out to everyone. Like, before I read these, I'll look up a review on YouTube. And thank you to whoever reviewed these and put it into perspective of where it's at. Because I really wanted to read some books like Light as a Feather. And people are like, you can do better. You can read better witches. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's move that down on the TBR. Didn't have to waste no time. But it's me, your boy Prue. I love you. Stay creepy. Deuces. And no, we will not be discussing anything from Lolita on this channel. Nope, sorry. Sharknadoes we can discuss all day long. So, okay. On the vein of this, my question for this video is, what's your favorite horror movie? And why? Also, here's a fun one, but this is a little bit of a personal question, so don't feel like you have to answer. what role do you think you would fit into a horror movie? Personally, I see myself as the chunky best friend, or the guy who gets friend zoned and dies real early on, or I make it to the very end of the movie. However, I've been stabbed in probably the stomach and been wounded, and I don't appear in the sequel. That's where I think I fit in. Where do you fit in? Stay awesome. Also, if any of you say the killer, that'll be a creepy answer, but I could totally see some people be like, oh yeah, I'm the dude in the hockey mask. All right, it's been your boy Prue. Stay creepy.